Hey guys, well, there's suddenly a lot happening when it comes to people who are heavily involved in the disclosure or UFO research movement being supposedly killed, murdered, or dying suddenly. So, welcome to anyone that's new. My name is Rhiannon. I'm a psychic channel, and today I'm going to share my insights into two very key stories that are going on right now. The first is the sudden deaths of key UFO researchers in the disclosure movement. And I'm going to give my psychic insights into what is going on there, and it's not what you think. And the second thing that I'm going to share an insight into is Charlie Kirk. So these two stories I don't care about specifically because they're not important in your life or my life. However, there is a veil of truth that needs to be discovered here that is pivotal in everyone waking up to the truth of their power. So I'm going to dive into these stories and my psychic insights, and then I'm going to drop in live and I'm going to channel right here, right now, and see what comes through. And these are usually going to be predictions about the future, predictions about what we can expect in the next year, 2 years, 5 years. So, this is what you need to know about these UFO researchers suddenly dying. And I'm going to focus on one beautiful man who's called David Wilcock. So the reason I want to focus on him is because he is prominent in my life in that I used to watch his videos, particularly in like 2020 when the world started to go haywire, and I really watched his videos and did his meditations. Okay, so what I'm going to share is a psychic insight that is going to dismantle a lot of false beliefs that potentially you hold. So I want to know that what I'm sharing comes from complete love. So if you're challenged by what I am saying, just take a breath and just ask yourself, where are you holding onto any sorts of beliefs that are not allowing you to be fully free? Okay, so refer to my previous videos for more insight into what I'm about to say. But the disclosure movement that is being pushed by the government is a complete lie. It is a complete hoax. The government and the powers beyond the government, the ones who are really pulling the strings, they want you to really believe that aliens, other planets exist outside of this realm, exist outside of your life, your frequency, your linear space limitations. So this is not the true nature of this reality. So I am not saying that interdimensional beings do not exist, far from it. But what I'm saying is they do not exist outside of you, separated from you by linear space. But this concept is very helpful for the demonic controllers to hijack your power and hijack your incredible divine potential to be an interdimensional traveler. So all the while that you believe aliens exist in the stars and they can only reach you through travel through linear space in ships, in crafts, then you're waiting, right? You're waiting for this disclosure. And this seed of an idea has penetrated the spiritual community in a very negative way, because the spiritual community, the awakened community, are holding on to these breadcrumbs of deception that the government is leading. So on the mainstream media, now they're quite happy to talk about UFOs. Donald Trump, he's quite happy to talk about UFOs and just give breadcrumbs. And the spiritual alternative media is just eating it up, because it aligns with the aspects of the narrative that they really want to believe to be true, which is that open contact is coming. So these two concepts have intercepted one another. One is open contact, which comes from interdimensional travel through our frequency to meet other beings. And one is disclosure, this idea that UFO technology has been hidden from us, from beings that are separate to us in linear space. So let me just pull back and really get to the crux of what I'm trying to say here. So researchers who are heavy into UFO research and this disclosure narrative even if they are presented as alternative, they are supported. Their message is supported by the government. I shouldn't say the government, I should say the controllers that really are orchestrating all the governments and all things. These alternate narratives that talk about UFOs are encouraged by the demonic controllers. So someone like David Wilcock, who is a pure heart and a good man, I truly do believe, I do feel he was a beautiful man and a pure heart, but I do feel his research and his perspective was very supportive of the idea of aliens existing outside of self, separated by linear space, UFOs as a physical nuts and bolts technology, and his death has been used as a dangling carrot to make the spiritual alternative community believe that his message is truth and is being suppressed. Do you see what I'm saying? This story has been pushed and promoted. His death, David Wilcock's death, has been pushed and promoted so that the alternative community feel that his message was truth and he has been murdered. What I have seen psychically is that this is not the case. This is not the case. And I'm not here to say or confirm or deny that he was either murdered or took his own life. However, when I tune into his energy, it is a pure heart, but a man with struggles and with pain in both his mind and his energy body. And I feel that there was something that happened there that is not as straightforward as the CIA taking him out. Okay? And I think that this story, this alternative media story, has been pushed so that you and I believe that his research is the truth that is being suppressed. It isn't. The real truth that is being suppressed is from the people whose stories can't even get out there. It's the people who are telling you that interdimensional travel exists within you. You are the technology. You are the human technology. Your consciousness is the technology. And that is what the demonic controllers do not want you to know. Open contact is here. It is not in the future. It is not separate by linear time and space. Open contact is here now. And it is a dimensional experience that you can access when you understand and recognize the true nature of this reality. So that is what I want to tell you about the David Wilcock story and these UFO researchers suddenly appearing to be murdered. Ask yourself, anyone who was given, whose story is thrust forward into the collective consciousness, whether it's the presentation that their story has been suppressed or not, it is intentional. It is intentional. And that's what brings me to this next thing that I want to talk about, which is Charlie Kirk. So first of all, I just want to give blessings to David Wilcock and his beautiful family and anyone that is grieving the loss. And I'm just sharing this perspective because I'm coming from a place of love for the collective. And I hope everyone can really feel that truth in my heart. But I want to speak next about Charlie Kirk. And the reason that this is important is not because I want to pull our attention away from the here and now, but because this story of this man represents a very strong hijacking of consciousness. So I'm going to share what is the commonly accepted narrative, what is the alternative narrative, and then where do we really need to pull our power back and question. So the mainstream narrative is, he was murdered by whoever. The alternative narrative is that it was a setup, the CIA, whatever, Charlie Kirk was onto the truth. Now let's pull our awareness back, because wherever we're putting our attention, we are allowing our attention to be harvested from the truth, which is that your power exists in the here, in the now, in your life, in your mission. So let me ask you this question. If this man were truly a disruptor of the system, Would he have been given a voice and a platform in every educational campus across America to become so well known? Would universities have allowed this man to come onto their campus and set up a little marquee and speak his truth bombs if he were a true disruptor of the system? He was sent to divide. He was sent to divide, to spark arguments, to spark ridicule. I'm smarter than you. Your way is stupid. To ridicule these college students. And perhaps what he was saying, a lot of it was based in truth, you know. However, why would a man be given so much platform, so much fame, if his message wasn't supportive of the agenda? He wouldn't have been. He would have been suppressed. And yet he was thrust into the spotlight, presented as a disruptor of the mainstream narrative. So the alternative thinkers jumped onto him as some sort of hero. Let me ask you the second thing. Okay, so now that he's died and his wife is being presented as this evil villain and he was the good guy, would a man who is so smart be married? Would he choose an evil woman to mother his children without knowing? Come on. He was resonant with her. They were a resonant couple, fulfilling a resonant agenda. And what this whole story isn't important, but what I'm trying to say is pull your awareness back. Pull your awareness back. They are constantly trying to hijack the minds of free thinkers. They are constantly trying to hijack the minds of free thinkers. Any story that's thrust into the collective awareness, even if it's presented as alternative, ask yourself, why are they trying to make everyone believe this story right now? Because the absolute truth is that you are a divine, sacred, sovereign being, here to fulfill a very important mission in this incarnation, and all the while your attention is harvested and directed outside of yourself, you cannot fulfill that mission, and it is that mission that disrupts the system. Okay, so these were the two stories that I had to speak about, and what underpins every story is that it's not important to you or to me in our life and our mission. And there is so much deception that I'm just here to unravel deception. Okay, so I'm going to drop in now and just channel for you right here, right now, and just see what comes through. And usually when I channel, it's going to come through about the future, about the collective energy, about what we're moving forward into and how you can best prepare your energy. So it's going to take me probably about 60 seconds to drop in. And you can use this time to drop into your body and just brace yourself for the messages that are going to come through, because they're going to come through fast. And yeah, thank you for being here. So just bear with me for 1 minute. And I will drop in. There is a time that is coming in the not too distant future where everyone will be asked to fend for themselves. Everyone will be cut off from the system in a way that is surprising. People who have relied heavily on the system are going to be cut off. What we mean by the system is very regular jobs, very regular income, a very regular way of gathering food, gathering income, they're going to be cut off. They're going to be cut off. This is because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs to AI. We've said this many times before, but this is why you need to know how important this is. You have the opportunity to either choose fear and fall downward or choose courage and rise. Courage and rise is the only option. It is the only option. You are going to be asked to direct all of your energy into your creativity. You've always thought that you're not as creative as you need to be to follow your own mission, but this isn't true. This isn't true. Your creativity has been hidden, and you need to open your creativity now. Your creativity is hidden under this piece that says, the thing that I love to do will never bring me money. The thing that I love to do will never bring me money. What we're asking you to do now is to recognize, what is that simple thing that you love to do? What is that simple thing that you love to do? And it can be very, very, very simple. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Now you have to thrust all of your creative energy, all of your time into this thing, into this expression. Lose yourself into it. The moment you become obsessed with linear time, and you start to think, where is this going to lead? How will it make me money? How long will it take? You are going to be disconnected from your creative purity. Your creative purity is your gateway to freedom from the false system. The system is going to cut you off, and the way that you survive and thrive and shine and bring in miracles is by going all into this creative energy and expressing it all in the now. Not worrying about the future, where it's going to lead, expressing it all in the now, in the now. Travel will be suspended in a way. Travel will be suspended in a way. Not for everyone. Many people will still have the freedom to travel, but it will be limited based on means. Lots of people who previously had the opportunity to travel are going to find it very challenging in the coming years. In the coming 3 to 4 years, there's going to be a lot of challenges around travel for some people. Other people will experience no limitation. This is due to money. But just trust, if your travel is being limited, it's because your movement is needed inward in your community. If your travel is necessary for your mission, for your expansion, then the means will come, opportunities will come that grant you the opportunity to travel. This isn't black and white at all. But what you're going to discover is wherever you are needed, you will be guided there. And if you focus on limitation, then you're going to miss the perfection of this guidance system. So some people are definitely going to experience a limitation in the ability to travel, but it is okay. It is okay. It's because you don't need to travel at this time. You are being asked to direct all of your energy into your creative purity and see where it leads. Now, there is something else that you need to know. A lot of people are going to be tested in their ability to make money, This is because the system is going to cut them off. Now, this is what you need to know. When you let go and you stop stressing, something is going to open up. It is going to be a doorway in your energy body that opens up to a new paradigm of miracles. Miracles only come to you in the moment where you give up control. So you are going to be taken to a point where things become very challenging and you have no choice but to give up control, to ask for help. This is going to open a doorway in your energy body that opens you to miracles. And from this point, you are going to be looked after. It is not going to make any sense to you, but money is going to start to flow to you. And in this frequency, money becomes something new. It is no longer a three-dimensional fiat currency in exchange for your life force energy. When you open this doorway into the miracle frequency, money becomes something new. It becomes a divine frequency of creativity. As you give of your creativity freely, money pours into you. It's not going to be linear anymore. And the only way you're going to access this paradigm is to get to the point where you give up, where you become so lost for ideas of how to move forward in your normal way of control that you have no choice but to give up. In this moment, you will whisper a silent prayer that sweeps you into a miracle paradigm where everything changes. Now, this is the next thing you never need to know. In 7 years from now, something is going to shift dramatically on your earth. On your earth, something is going to shift dramatically. Something is going to shift dramatically. There are people who are trying to tell you what to do. They will no longer be resonant in your field. The people who have been trying to tell you what to do will no longer be resonant in your field. In 7 years from now, there is going to be a shift in power. A shift in power. The power is going to come from within and no longer from the top down. Stop looking out for change from the top down. This is not where the change is going to happen. Change is not going to happen in the political system. Change is not going to happen in the political system. All the while you focus on the political system for change, you are missing the point. Change is going to come from within, and after 7 years, by 7 years, you will no longer be subject to the controls of the government in the same way that you are now. That is not to say the government will not exist. That is not what we're saying. The government will exist. However, your frequency will have altered to such a degree that you are completely immune to any types of control that they have, and therefore the system of control is redundant. Change does not happen from the top down. Pull your awareness back from the political system. There is no good choice. There is no voting your way to freedom. Freedom comes from within, pulling your power back into the now, and vibrationally elevating to such a point that you become immune to demonic, dogmatic control systems. This is going to happen 7 years from now. You will not be subject to taxation, to registrations, to limiting rules pushed on you by a demonic government. That is not to say that these systems will not exist. It is to say that you will have vibrationally attuned to such a degree that you are immune to them somehow. You would have found so many loopholes, both tangibly and vibrationally, that you are no longer subject to these controls. How do you get there? You just keep following this creative truth that is burning through you. Keep letting go of control. Keep letting go of control within yourself so that you are no longer resonant with these demonic control systems. There is one more message we have for the collective. You have to be ready to receive. You have to be ready to receive. We are speaking a lot about letting go. We are speaking a lot about loss, about letting go, losing jobs. But you have to be ready to receive, because what is coming for you is so exquisitely beautiful that you are going to have to open your body to receive more pleasure. You are here on this earth to experience pleasure, to experience a divine frequency moving through your body, to experience abundance like you've never known, to experience beauty in your day-to-day life, to experience a beautiful home, a joyful family, to experience everything you've ever wanted that feels so pleasurable, so whole, so free. And all of this is being brought to you, orchestrated, divinely moved into your life in the next 5 years. You'll receive all of this, but you have to be ready to receive. You have to move into your worthiness. You have to release any aspects of your body that believes you're not worthy of an exquisite life. You have to heal the aspect of your childhood that says that you are not worthy of everything exquisite and beautiful in your existence. You have to heal your worthiness. You have to heal your worthiness so that the divine can provide miraculously. You have to heal your worthiness. You have to open to receive, and you are going to receive so much abundance, so much wealth, so much beauty, so much divinity in the next 5 to 7 years. And all you have to do is follow your creativity, let go of control, and heal the wound within that says, I'm not worthy of immense pleasure, joy, satisfaction, and love in my day-to-day reality. Whew. Thank you so much for listening and for being here for this frequency and for this channeling. It is so important that we awaken to and access the incredible power of what it means to be a human being at these times of incredible change. So my name is Rhiannon. It's an honor to connect with you. I'm so happy to be sharing these videos. If you want to work with me more intimately, you can connect with me. I do one-on-ones, and we work together very deeply in this way, which is healing energy, healing trauma, releasing, letting go, and also working psychically with you. And also, if you want to check out one of my books, my latest book, Story of Soul, all of my books are available on Amazon. So it's so beautiful to be here with you. And of course, please like and subscribe and share this video. It's been an honor. Mwah, and I'll see you next time.